With choking traffic and a growing level of ineptitude from behind the wheel, driving is typically anything but an enjoyable experience. So, as Americans, we isolate ourselves inside big SUVs, and I totally understand why. But when a hot little hatchback like this arrives, the driver within is exhumed. This is the all-new Hyundai Veloster N, and it's the most new car fun you can have for under 30 grand.
Do you drive stick? Then you should drive this. It's the only way it comes, and with standard rev matching and its satisfying operation, this is a 6-speed that makes the argument for those save the manual sycophants. Now, my last go around in the new Veloster was the previous autumn with a turbo R-Spec, and it quickly became evident that this car was the real deal and ripe for the N treatment. It's matured into a driver's car, whereas before it was mostly all show. Bigger engine, an electronically controlled suspension, better brakes, and all kinds of N goodies. This is the Hyundai for driving enthusiasts, but it's polished and practical enough to work for you on an everyday basis. When driven in eco or normal modes, this Veloster, with its quirky third door, cargo-friendly hatch design, wealth of convenience amenities, and 25 mpg on regular gas makes for a happy-go-lucky daily driver that can ramp things up rather quickly on demand. And what I mean by that is in sport and N modes, the sounds get louder, the engine more eager, the steering heftier, suspension tauter, and electronic nannies dialed back. You can customize your own driving mode through these easy-to-use menus. In typical Hyundai fashion, the user interfaces are so simple to navigate that it continues to boggle my mind why other manufacturers haven't just copied this formula.
When piloting a sports model, the only thing the driver really wants is to feel connected to the car and in control. And the Veloster N delivers those attributes in spades. I absolutely love how everything you touch is working in concert with your desires. In this N mode is an absolute blast.
For $2,100, the performance package is a must. Horsepower from the 2-liter turbo rises from 250 to 275. You get these 19-inch wheels and Pirelli P0 tires engineered specifically for the Veloster. A limited slip differential, upsized ventilated discs all around, and the variable exhaust system that purrs like a cat at idle, with some snap, crackle, and pop when wide open. This is a bargain price for the offering, much like the car itself, which totals only $29,920. If it were a German badge, it would cost 40 grand.
Hyundai has really worked their magic here by producing an affordable, practical, fuel-efficient little ball of fun with some serious performance attributes. And buckle up, because this is only the beginning of Hyundai's N story.
The company is on record as saying 5 N models are possible as they attempt to take the brand in a sportier direction. And if the Veloster is any indication, the N future is very bright. Off-the-line speed doesn't knock your socks off, but the 260 pound-feet of torque is easy to launch, and you can measure your times here. I've been generally in the high fives. But that's not what this car is about. It's a corner carver with just a hint of torque steer and a torque vectoring system that works harmoniously with these exceptional Pirellis to keep understeer to a bare minimum. Lots of power in the mid-range makes this engine a real winner, replete with shift lights letting you know when you're getting close to the red line. Everything from the ergonomics to the driver controls has been sweated to the minutest detail. Note, though, that the suspension tune goes to backbreaker in the N setting. It's extremely firm. In eco and normal, no worries. And it's quite loud in here. Highway driving gets tiring really fast.
This is the most fun I have had driving anything in a long time. The Veloster N is cheap thrills, but with expensive engineering. It's brilliantly done with everything you would want in a hot hatch, including a great shifter and clutch combo that's fluid and easy to engage, road carving handling, exceptional grip, and steering and brakes that put the driver fully in control. In this N mode is absolutely nuts with the popping exhaust sounds and the most brittle ride you will ever find. Now, would I like a little more power? Of course, but this car is so good you won't even care. And it's under 30 grand.
I love having the N switchgear perfectly placed on the steering wheel, so switching modes is super simple. And look how cool these menus are for changing individual characteristics. A big bassy stereo sound is included, and connectivity is totally modern and up to speed. Starting at $27,820, but in very limited supply, this car comes in 4 colors and looks completely badass in chalk white. Blue seatbelts are standard. If you can find one, get it. For TestDriveNow.com, I'm Steve Hammis.